a confession to make. I don't like liquid foundation. I just don't like it. I'm trying to embrace the liquid foundation and it's not working out so well for me. And the problem is I have a lot of liquid foundation. Why? So I decided to go through this basket of liquid foundation and swatch it, because a lot of the shades just like, what? Why? I don't know. And this basket of foundation does not bring me joy at all. And I am trying to eliminate things in my life that are no longer bringing me any joy. So, we're going to go through this basket of foundation. I'm going to swatch it on my face, which is why I have no makeup on. I'm going to get rid of the shades or textures or consistencies that I don't find appealing. Let's do it. I have been thinking about doing this video for a little while because I have two foundations that are in two different projects and I never reach for them. And I say I don't like liquid foundation for several reasons. One is because up until 3 years ago, I never wore foundation ever. No foundation, no powders, no blush, no bronzer. The only thing that I wore was a little bit of eyeshadow and some mascara. So my face has not been used to any type of foundation, and when I put on a liquid foundation, it just feels heavy on my skin. I just don't like the way it feels. There are a few, I say I don't like foundations, but there are a few that do not feel heavy on my skin. I do not like a full coverage foundation. I don't feel like I need one. I don't have a lot of discoloration. I have like that little blood vessel there, but things like that just don't bother me. I normally do not have any discoloration under my eyes. I know right now that they're looking a little red, but my allergies have been kind of messing with me lately. And we have been crazy busy at work. We're into our peak season now, so things have been crazy stressful, which always causes me lots of skin, eye type problems on my face. So I have a total, now this is a total, this is liquid, creams, and powders. I have a total of 53 foundations. So doing the project panning, I kept thinking about all of these foundations, and it bothers me that I have so many foundations and I'm not using them, which, I mean, for any one person, 53 is a lot. I doubt very seriously that I could get through all of these in a very, very long time. It does not bother me that I purchased them. I don't feel like that I wasted my money. For the last 3 years, I have been experimenting, and, you know, will there be other foundations that will come out that I'm going to want to try? Yes. And, you know, if I decide that I want to try one of them, I will. My problem is that I get them and then I don't try them. Like, I know that there's one sitting right here on my desk that I have not even tried. So it's been on my mind, so I wanted to do this video. A lot of jibber jabbing to explain my thought process. So what I might do is I might actually just turn this into a foundation project. I mean, why not? The ones that I'm going to keep, hopefully having it in its own dedicated project will hold me accountable to use them. That's my biggest problem. I cannot figure it out. I cannot figure out the best methods for application, how to make it work for me if I'm not using it and working through that whole process. So let's get started. I've been talking for how long? 20 minutes. So the first one we're going to start with is this AOA CC Cream. And what I'm going to do in this video is I'm just going to swatch them and figure out if they are the right shades. And I'm going to do face swatches so that we can see. Well, and right off the bat, I'm going to say that that is a very good shade for me. It feels very creamy. Okay, well, when I get further back, I don't know. Is that too yellow for me? As we go, y'all let me know in the comments what y'all think. Is that a good shade match for me? Is that matching? I don't know. The next one is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Luminous Foundation. This is in 320N. And I remember when I first got this foundation, a lot of these foundations I got in subscription boxes. A few of them were gifted to me and the rest of them I purchased. So this foundation has a pump. Let me get my mirror so I can see what the heck I'm doing. I'm going to put it right there. And this is one of the reasons too why I wanted to do the face swatches, because putting them side by side really shows me what the undertones or tones in these are. And after I do so many, then I will decide whether I'm going to keep them and give them a try or if I'm going to declutter them. The next one is this Believe Beauty, and this is soft beige. I think that this one is a good shade match for my skin. It might be just a tad light, but again, I don't like anything super heavy. I can already tell you, looking at that the AOA is going to be decluttered. I'm not liking how dark that looks, and it could be oxidizing on my skin. The ABH looks like it has too much red in it for my skin tone. I don't know about that one yet. The next one is this Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Foundation, and I received this in a BoxyCharm, I believe, and it is very, very light. It is in number 3 Warm Charred. It is very light. And I know that a lot of people will, let's see how light that is, will mix their foundations, and I'm here to tell you I'm not going to take time to do that. That's one of the reasons why I really like my powdered foundations. They are super easy and quick for me to put on in the morning when I'm getting ready for work. So that's the Charlotte Tilbury. And that is very, very light. I think even in the winter time, that would be too light for me. But y'all let me know what you think. I'm going to set that one over to the side. You let me know what you think about the Charlotte Tilbury. Yeah, that's really, really light. So out of those 4, I know that I am going to declutter the AOA. I know that I'm going to keep the Belief because that is blending into my skin very well. Not sure about the Anastasia. I'm going to set the Anastasia and the Charlotte Tilbury to the side, and I'm going to see what y'all tell me in the comments. Alright, so I'm going to wipe these off, and then we'll move on to 4 more. Next up is this e.l.f. Camo CC Cream. This is in the shade Light 210N, and that looks a little yellow to me. Maybe not though. And then I have 2 of the Estee Lauder Double Wear, and I know I'm keeping one of them. I just don't know. It's 2 different shades, and I'm thinking that I'm going to keep the 3-in-1 Ivory Beige. I don't know, the Wheat, 3-in-2 Wheat might be a better match for me. The Wheat was gifted to me by my friend Maria, and this one I bought on sale, and I guess I thought that it would be a better match, but now that I'm looking at it, I don't think it is. And you know, these don't come with a pump. I bought these pumps in a 3-pack off of Amazon, very cheap. You can buy the pumps for these on the Estee Lauder website, but they were way cheaper on Amazon. So let's do the Wheat first. That's what the Wheat looks like. You know what? I'm going to put the Ivory next to it. So this is the Wheat, and the other one is the Ivory. And now that I look at them side by side, I don't know, y'all. I know a lot of people have lots of trouble trying to find the right shade match when they're doing foundations. So that is the Wheat, which I think looks like a good match. Now let's do the Ivory. And that's the Ivory. I got them quite close together, didn't I? Let me swatch them again. This is the Wheat. That's the Wheat. And that's the Ivory. I'm going to say that the Ivory is a better match for me. But again, y'all let me know in the comments which shade you think is a better match for me. Next I have the Fenty Beauty Ease Drops. These are blurring skin tint. I don't even know if these are still available. I'm just going to drop that directly on my face. It looks a little light. Maybe not. And then I have the Hard Candy GLUEliner Full Coverage. This is in the shade Beige. I don't think I have used this at all. It has a doe foot, so I'm just going to... I thought that was going to be a little too yellow, but I don't think it is. Next is my House Labs. This is the Triclone Skin Tech Foundation, and this is in the shade 280 Light Medium Neutral. And even though this is a light medium, in the bottle it looks dark. And I have used this quite a few times, and I do like it. It does not feel heavy on my skin. It feels like I'm putting skincare on. And that's what the shade looks like, but you know, did I buy it too dark? Is that why I'm not using it? Am I putting on too small of a swatch? Let me make that a little bit bigger. See how dark that looks? I just don't know. I do love this foundation and I do not want to get rid of it, but I need to figure out, I mean, I do have the foundation mixing pigment, which, like I said, I don't have a lot of time when I'm getting ready for work to be playing mad scientist. But that does look very dark to me. Let me shear it out. I guess sheared out it's not as dark as I think it is. For the summer, I'm sure that, you know, wintertime, yeah, sheared out it's fine. I know I'm keeping that one. Next is this Huda Beauty Latte 300N, and this is a stick foundation. And I remember when I first tried this, I think I've only used this once. I remember that I did like it. I think that's a good match for me too. Y'all, I wanted to declutter like 75% of these so far. So far it's not looking so good. I've only decluttered one and possibly two more depending on what y'all tell me. I have two of the It CC Cream Your Skin But Better, and they are both in medium, and I don't remember why. I think I may have gotten one in a subscription box. This one I've used because it has a blue dot on it, and I put a blue dot on things when I use them. It seems to me like I did like this. Yeah, and that's definitely a good shade for me. Alright, so I know I'm keeping both of those. And then for some reason I have this It Cosmetics Your Skin But Better Foundation and Skincare. Improves bare skin in 2 weeks. Water tight, medium coverage. And this is in the shade Medium Neutral. This feels very serum-y, which I like. And see, that's a good that's a good match for me too, and I like the lightness of it. That doesn't feel heavy at all. I will be keeping that one as well, and I think I'm going to keep the Huda and the Hard Candy and the Fenty Drops. And some of these I probably will share with my daughter too, because there's no way I can go through all of these. Although I do see some more here on my desk that I'm definitely going to be getting rid of when I get to them. Next is this JOA Luminous Skin Tint Stick. And this is light with neutral undertones. That as well is a nice match for me. And I have a sample of this that I have been using in my Turn and Burn, and I really did like it when I used that, so I didn't even realize that I had a full size of it. I had actually looked on their website after I used that, and I already have one. And since I've used this recently, I know, see, that's very light. It just kind of it just kind of evens out your skin. but it still looks like skin, which is, you know, what I like. Next is this L'Oreal Magic Skin Beautifier BB Cream. Y'all, this is in the shade medium. I don't know if they still sell this. I've had this probably for 2 years. This stuff is wild. Wild. I'm here to tell you it's wild. That's what it looks like. Okay, are y'all ready? Are y'all ready for this? Let me wipe the gel off. Now, I've never tried to put this on with a brush. I have only ever put this on with my fingers, and it is just, it's crazy. It is magic for sure. Y'all ready? Here we go. Y'all see that? Can y'all see it changing color? It's the craziest thing. You can see down here where you can see it's wild. It's wild. And it's white. You see it's white. Crazy stuff. And that does not feel heavy. And it has already dried down. It feels nice and smooth. I do like that. I'm keeping that one. Put that back in the basket. This side of my cheek should be good and exfoliated when I'm done. Maybe I should turn my head and use the other cheek for a moment. I hope y'all brought a snack or something, because it's going to be a long video. The next is my LYS Triple Fix Serum Foundation. I do like this. I know that I'm keeping it. You can see out of all of my foundations, I have used this one the most. It is a very nice foundation. And I'm just going to put it on to show you what it looks like. That's what it looks like on my hand. And there's the swatch. I really do like this foundation, and I believe that it is a good match for me. When I shear it out, it looks a little bit different, but I do like that one. That one's going in the basket. Next is this Makeup Forever HD Skin. It says Undetectable Stay True Foundation, and it is in the shade 1N14. And if my memory serves me correctly, when I tried this, I didn't like it. It does not smell good. I mean, it doesn't smell like it's gone bad. It just has a very chemical smell to it. Yeah, see, now that that's kind of drying down, and I mean, I know I didn't shear it out, but it feels heavy on my skin. I think the shade is fine, but I don't like how heavy it is. So I'm going to declutter that one. Finally, another declutter. You see how can you see it in my pores? Yeah. The next two foundations are the Maybelline Fit Me. I have two different shades. I have 220 Natural Beige and 124 Soft Sand. And I'm not sure that I want to keep either one of these. These were gifted to me, which is why I have two different shades. I don't like that there's no pump or a doe foot or anything. And I don't like how chemical these smell either. This is Soft Sand, and this one is the Natural Beige, which I think the Natural Beige is a better match for me, but I've had these for quite a while, and I'm going to declutter both of those. 2 more gone. Yay! Alright, that side of my face is feeling a little dried out. I still have quite a few to go. Let's move my mirror. We'll switch over to this side of my face. Next is this Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Eraser Treatment Makeup. And I know that this is a cult favorite. People love this. This is in the shade 200 Creamy Natural. This has sunscreen in it and goji berries and collagen. Here's one of the things that I don't like about it is the sponge. I'm like, isn't that kind of gross? Maybe a little bit. I bet you can take that off and wash it. Yep, you can. It pulls right off, so I can wash it. Alright, I did wipe it off some because it's kind of thick. It does feel nice and light. I think that I may keep that one and give it a try, a good try, and then decide whether or not I'm going to keep it. Next is this Maybelline Superstay 24-Hour Skin Tint. And I don't know if you can see in the bottle, it looks very discolored. I will shake it up and see, but I don't know about this one. Yeah, that smells very chemical. I'm going to declutter that one. And then I have this Maybelline Superstay Active Wear 30-Hour Foundation, and I believe that this is the one that I bought and I never used it. This is in the shade Warm Nude, and that is very thick, and I know that that's a lot, but I was like, is it supposed to be that thick? Is it just thick in the tube? It looks kind of light and a little yellow. What do y'all think? I mean, do you need a 30-hour foundation? I think I'm going to declutter that one. My daughter likes a full coverage foundation. I think that I will probably give that to her. There's still 14 to go, y'all. We're not doing the powders today, just the liquid. And we will do the powder in part 2. Next is this KVD Good Apple Skin Perfecting Foundation Balm, and this is medium 54. And it looks kind of dark for me, I think, but we'll see. It is very creamy. What do y'all think? Is that too dark? See how it covers my little blood vessel there. It just looks too dark to me, and it looks kind of yellow. I'm going to declutter that one too. The next one is this Misha Perfect Cover BB Cream, and this is in shade number 23, Natural Beige. And from what I remember, I did like this. I know that this is a favorite of a lot of people. I feel like that's a good shade match for me. Maybe not. Is it too light? Is this more of a winter? I don't know, that's not too bad. That might be more of a winter shade for me than summertime. I think I'm going to keep that one and try it out in the wintertime and see how that goes, because I feel like I did like it. Next is this Mora Complete Wear Foundation, and it is in the shade Nude Beige. And I feel like that's too yellow for me. We'll try it though. Yep. That's a no-go. Next is this number 7 Restore and Renew Multi-Action Serum Foundation. This has broad spectrum SPF 20 sunscreen in it, and it is in the shade Warm Beige. And it doesn't look like I've ever used it. And that's what it looks like. What do y'all think? Is that a good shade for me? I can't tell. And of course I put a lot of it on. Is that too yellow? Will I know more when it dries down? Are there any foundation experts in the stands? It's thin enough. Of course it's a serum foundation. It looks good in the bottle. I don't know, does it look too yellow? Is my light too bright? It does look yellow, doesn't it? Look at how red my poor cheek is. I think I'm going to declutter that one. I was pretty sure I was keeping that one. I'm shocked at what I'm keeping and what I'm getting rid of. Next is this NYX Bear With Me Blur in Light Neutral, and I did not like this when I tried it. So I am not going to, I'll swatch it on my hand, but I did not like it. I know that I want to declutter this one. And I like NYX. When I first started wearing foundation, that was the first foundation that I got. But I did not care for this one. Oh, what the heck, let's swatch it. Actually, that doesn't look too bad, except for looks a little light. I don't know, y'all. What should I do? Y'all tell me. I'll put that one over here with these other 3. Next is the NYX Can't Stop, Won't Stop Full Coverage Foundation in the shade Porcelain, which is too light and it's full coverage. I know for certain that I'm decluttering that one. And then I have my Rare Beauty, which is in my Happy Hour Project Pan. I have used this. I don't think I've met my usage goal so far, but this is on a doe foot. And that's what that looks like. It looks like it might be, it looks like the right shade in the bottle, but on my skin, it looks a little too yellow and almost a little too light. But then it seems fine once I put bronzer and all the things on, so I don't know. I'm going to set this one over here in the pile. Y'all tell me what you think about that one. Next is this Revlon Illuminance Skin Caring Foundation. It has squalene and hyaluronic acid in it. And this is $209. This one might be a little too light, or it might be a winter time. No, maybe it's not too light. It's very sheer, which is right up my alley. I think part of my problem is I think my foundation should be darker than need be. I actually kind of like that. Okay, that one's going in the basket. Next is the Sephora Best Skin Ever. This is a long wear anti-pollution foundation, and it is in the shade 26N. And I really wanted to try this, and I got it when it was on sale. And I don't think I ever tried it, or I may have tried it once. That appears to be really thick. But I heard really good things about this foundation. That has a very chemical smell to it. Is that too yellow for me? That looks very yellow. It has a nice coverage though, and it doesn't feel too thick. Let's let that sit for a second and see if it oxidizes. I'm going to put this one in the pile for y'all to let me know if I should keep that. Is that too yellow? I'm like Raw Beauty Christy now. Am I yellow? Am I yellow? Is that just my camera? It's starting to look better. Y'all let me know. Keep or declutter? Alright, y'all, we're down to 4 more. Next is the She Glam Complexion Pro Long Lasting Breathable Matte Foundation. And this is in the shade Shell. I think that this is kind of thick for me, although it looks like a good match though, doesn't it? What do y'all think? Keep or let it go? I'm putting that over in the unknown pile. Next is this Undone Beauty Matte Light Coverage Foundation. This is a matte tint. It has tea tree oil for blemish and oil control. It is in the shade Soft Beige Medium. Ooh, I can smell the tea tree oil in that. That looks kind of nice, huh? Not too shabby. I think I will keep that one because I need another foundation. I have foundation all over me, y'all. It's under my fingernails. It's on my thumb. I got pretty rosy cheeks though. Next is this Oma by Sharon C. This is Flawless IRL Skin Perfecting Foundation, and it is in the shade Fair Lady T5. And I remember when I got this that I did like it, although I only used it one time. That has a very chemical smell to it. I don't remember it smelling like that before. That one doesn't look too bad either. It looks very mattifying. I don't know about that one either, y'all. I'm putting that in the Y'all decide. Okay, last one. How many hours long has this been? This is the Yensa Skin on Skin BC Foundation. It's a BB and a CC full coverage foundation. It has 8 Super Blacks Essence and SPF 40 sunscreen. And it is in the shade medium warm, which I'm not sure that I am a warm. But again, I wanted to try it, and so here we are. I can't remember whether I've used this one or not. That's what the shade looks like. It looks a little yellow. What do y'all think? Is that too yellow? See, it looks yellow on my hand. Well, I guess it does kind of look yellow on my face too. Alright, I'm putting that over in the needs a decision pile. Okay, so I decluttered 14. I have 16 in my basket that I'm keeping. And then I have 9 that y'all need to decide on. So hopefully as I was going through them and asking you to make a decision, you were taking notes so that y'all can let me know in the comments. The ones that I am decluttering, I am going to put in a basket and see if my daughter can use any of those. The ones that I am keeping, I am going to set a usage goal to use each one of them 3 times so that I can decide whether or not I'm going to keep them, and then I will come back monthly and give you an update on how that's going. In part 2, we will do my powdered foundations, which I don't have a ton of those, but I do have some, and some of those I believe might be a little too yellow for me as well, so we shall see. I'm looking forward for y'all to let me know down in the comments whether or not I should keep any of those products. I truly do appreciate your time. I know that this was kind of a long video. Before you go, make sure you show that like button some love, and I'll see y'all next time. Okay? Love you, bye.